Hey, it's Brian here from quantlabs.net. You are taking a look at my Linux VirtualBox environment, which is CentOS. What I'm about to show you is probably what I would consider the backbone of my HFT platform. I've been working with an open source trading project similar to Streambase and Sybase, CEP, or complex event processing. This is the developer's guide by a person by the name of Sergey Babkin. Here's the URL for all of it with the open source project on SourceForge. What I'm about to show you, there's two parts. There's the C++ for the library, and what he's done was he's got two ways to work. Basically, it's an API. I'll let you go through this guide to understand what it really is. But what I'm trying to show here is the Perl side of this framework. I'm going to be using this as my backend. It's going to be really used for real-time data analytics, which is a real challenge when it comes to high-frequency trading, especially on a tick level. This is the only one that I'm aware of for C++ for this sort of thing, which is very similar to Streambase. I've talked about this project before in other past videos, but just to highlight, this person has worked at both Streambase, Sybase on these type of technologies. He seems to know exactly what he's talking about, I've been able to build the C++. It's kind of tricky, but I did accomplish it. That checklist is available for my premium members. What I'm about to show you is the Perl side of this API or framework, and he's also got some other functions available for just only the Perl. He's got a whole description here of all the different Perl functions for this API. So let's get to it. I've got a checklist here of all the stuff that you may need to understand how to build the make install, or sorry, the triceps piece. That's part of the checklist overall, but this little document, which I'll post for my quantlabs.net premium members, this document as well will get access to the membership area, and the results will accomplish the following. Alright, once you've built everything, what you need to be aware of, there's a bunch of test scripts which are part of this other function or a library within Perl. It's called maker, and it bangs out, well, it's part of the download. When you download triceps, you can able to run some of these files, test scripts for Perl. I'm going to run a couple. This is my console for my terminal. Again, remember, it's all done in Linux. So what I've got is, just for demo purposes, I've got four, maybe five scripts we're going to try running. Okay. The first one we're going to run is a hello world. Again, I am no expert when it comes to Perl. I just want to see output. That's all I really care about. See the API working against the triceps library that's generated within C++. Just one thing for everybody. With my HFT platform, I'm looking at this, as I said, as my backbone for where my trading strategy will reside. And it could be done in Perl. I may actually not actually use the Perl. I just want to see it run, and for demo purposes to show it is capable of running with the CPP, C++ as well. This is a very simple hello world. For some reason, I couldn't get this statement working. I don't know why. OK seems to run OK, that function, but I'm also using printf, and as well there's just a few other ones that were commented out with a print function. So I've uncommented, and you do get data. So let's run this. To run, you just type in your Perl. I'm residing in the triceps Perl triceps folder. So what you do is you just type in your Perl and run the actual script you want, calling from the T folder. So that seems to work. I'm sure you could do it from within the T folder as well, but let me just wrong one. Okay, so you'll notice that there's an X in front of each one. So there you go. This one's running with the Perl as well, and here's the output running Perl blah 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 blah. And make sure when you do run Perl that you're using Perl 5.1. Okay, when you build, that's a trick there, because some Linux distributions have a old default version of Linux, or sorry, of Perl. Gives you the time, and here's the output. So it'll OK 0, 1, and 2, and here's the output of my hello world, and this is the result. So it seems to be working. I did the same thing with the hello table script as well. In this case, what I've done is I'm just outputting the counter of the table. So let's run that one. It's called table. And there you go. So it's doing the regular OK stuff, but as well as it's printing out, which I put this in, printing out the result of that counter of T count. So it's doing something. So it seems to be okay. But now we get into more sophisticated types of scripts. We're going to run a simple aggregator, and then we're going to run to demo the possibility of doing this VWAP strategy. So the aggregator and all that is explained in this massive document. In this guide, there's a PDF version of it, an HTML version of it. Go fool around with that one. So now we're going to run that simple aggregator. And again, all I care about is showing output of data. Okay, so again, we're getting the OK, and here, let me just see. We got where's our start? Yeah, right here. So we're getting the regular time. Here's the OK. Blah 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 blah. Seems okay. Sure. X. Oh no, wrong one. Simple aggregator. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So if you read the document, that guide, what it will explain are a few things. The aggregator is running, and it will generate some code for you. Okay. It will interact with an SQL internal table. So it creates insert records into it, and it deletes the symbols. So it's inserting these mock symbols of AAA, BB, AA, and all that. Also will generate code, and I'll do some other demos of the insert, and generate more code, and again more insert deletes within the table of the aggregator. Okay. Now, why would you be asking what's the importance of this? Okay. Here's the thing. When you look at a product like Streambase or Sybase CEP, I've never played with any of those products, but I'm basing it upon this document and this project. Everything seems to be running fine. Where you're really using it is, let's say you build a strategy. You have two options. You can build it within your Perl, like as so in this demo script, or you can do it within the C++. I'll let you figure that out from the guide. But where it's really good is you can capture your data. Let's see your tick data of AAA or BBB. It'll give you the lot size, maybe the price. Okay, and you can treat it as an internal database or internal table within your script, your C++ application. Okay, and then it's smart enough where this framework, when it sees changes to that set of data, or that what they call a window, you can trigger it to do certain things. In my case, as explained in this long guide, you could trigger it to run algorithms when there's a change. So let's say you have a tick come in here as an example, another tick comes in. Each time that those ticks come in, you can actually run, and it'll trigger your algorithm from, let's say, MATLAB. This is where the bottleneck of R comes in, where you need to run very tight, very short algorithms that can process each tick as they come in, and you can only do it in a product like this complex event processing with something like triceps. Okay, this is the only one that I've seen that has open source that you can use with C++. And these examples here are from the author. Sergey used to work at Deutsche Bank, and he's actually giving real-world trading examples of how to use this Perl, and with this new kind of framework. It's very similar to Streambase, but there might be some advantages with this one. Streambase, Sybase, CEP might have their own advantages as well. But remember, this is, you get the source code, and you've got this thing for nothing. So we have really no reason to bitch about this or complain about it. That is just one example of the purpose of using this framework within something like a high frequency trading environment. It's, in other words, using it for real-time data analytics. Now, the last example I want to show you is a little more sophisticated. Now, for those that are getting into trading, a lot of people seem to neglect that there's not just your trading strategy, but there's different types of trading strategies to execute your trades. Be it something like an iceberg or a VWAP. VWAP is a very common one. I'll let you research that on your own. But again, this script will allow you to run your trading algorithm or your trading model using a VWAP trading execution style. So again, that's one of the big advantages with this. So again, you can put your trading logic, your trading rules into this type of script. And again, this is Perl, but you also have as an option, which can get very hairy, lots of caveats, which are explained in this guide, the problems of doing C++, but I'm seeing no other choice but to do it within C++. And there's some limitations of the Perl API versus the C++ API. Okay, but this VWAP should give you a clear distinction of when to use something like this scripting language, or the Streambase-like open source project. So let me show you that running this XWAP. And all I've done is, just so people know, if you go through the Perl scripts, there's print statements. Okay, these were originally commented out, and I've uncommented, so now I can see output of all these different SQL and whole operation of how this script works. So let me just show you how this runs. So there you go. So there's some more output. Let me just quickly walk you through it. Again, this is all explained in this massive guide on what I'm doing and what each of these test scripts do. Where's the beginning of that one? Okay, here we go. So here's the start of it. So it's going to bang out some code, do a couple of inserts. That's pretty well it. But again, all I cared about was just to see how this is handled. All I care about is just seeing output. So everything seems to work as is, be it going through all the different building checklists that I pieced together. There's one for the complete platform, as well as there's one specifically for the Perl side, and that is really meant for guys like me to show you how to use the Perl with this other function library or whatever within the Perl world. But it seems to work okay, and hopefully have a better understanding of how I'm using this triceps framework as my own framework for the high frequency trading platform that I'm building. All in all, it's a good platform. It's constantly developed, this project, and I would encourage you to use it as well, especially if you're building in C++.